I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I reserve all rights. I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, comma beneficiary and sovereign, and here under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary advocate. This is a Social Security Cestacate Trust action, which you are now a real party and interest to. I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and I don't understand. So I do need some questions answered. Is there a bond on this matter?
I believe you were PR. Actually, bail was set at $2,000.
There is a bond on this matter, correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and so is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I don't have any record of your social security number. So as far as I know, I don't know your social security number.
No, I'm saying, is my social security number attached to these charges in any way?
Only in the extent that it's connected to your driving history.
So is that a yes or a no?
In some way, shape, or form, your social security number is in the system with records on you. That is true.
Okay, so you just told me there was a bond, which means this is commercial court.
It's not commercial.
Now you're saying that my social security number is attached to these charges. And so, which means this is a Cestacate Trust action, which you are a real party and interest to. And I just told you I was the beneficiary. You're supposed to be charging the trust. You're not charging the beneficiary. And if you're creating bonds against my trust without my permission, I don't understand. Are you...
Welcome back to the channel. Today's case is pure courtroom chaos. What happens when a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen walks into court and tries to outsmart the judge with pseudo-legal nonsense? You're about to find out. Meet Jonathan Schuster, a man convinced that reciting Latin phrases and claiming sovereign status can erase criminal charges. But here's the twist. This isn't his first time in front of a judge. In fact, he's become something of a repeat performer in Washington courts, turning legal proceedings into one-man shows of delusion and defiance.
So the man cannot speak for me.
Okay, he's not speaking for you, but I am asking him a direct question, so I need you to let him answer.
Okay.
Yes, so the court did appoint us on this matter, but it sounds like he does not want my office to represent him, so I'm happy to withdraw.
You can dismiss yourself.
So would you like to represent yourself in the matter, Mr.
Please
Schuster?
do not tell me to shut up. You can dismiss yourself.
So he can't dismiss himself, only I can dismiss him. I'm asking you if you wish to have an attorney or if you wish to represent yourself.
This is a trust or Cestacate Trust action. And so I'm here sui juris in propria persona. You know what that means. And so we can prove...
Don't know what it means because it's nonsense, but nonetheless.
Prove jurisdiction, or we can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
So I'm not going to do that today. Here are your choices. You can have Mr. Parent represent you. You can choose to obtain private counsel, or you can represent yourself. Let's start there. Which of those three?
Nobody's going to represent me. I can present myself, as I said.
So you wish to go pro se? I don't need you to read the script. I need you to tell me if you wish to go pro se.
I told you I'm here sui juris in propria persona.
Ms. Roberts, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
My inclination is to set this matter over and see if Mr. Schuster wants to give it another shot with his attorney or go pro se. It looks like this is the first pretrial and suspect he's not prepared to set for trial today.
What is the first one? There's no plead.
Okay, I'm not speaking to you, so you're going to have to wait. I'm speaking to Ms. Roberts.
I mean,
Judge, I would ask that we set this matter over 1 week.
Okay. Do you want to come back to court in 1 week and try again?
We can finish this matter now.
We can't.
No need
We can't.
This is where sovereign citizen logic takes center stage. Notice how Jonathan keeps circling back to his social security number. He believes it's part of a secret financial trust account the government uses to make money off citizens. It's one of the most common sovereign myths, and it's completely false. The judge, staying professional, tries to answer calmly, but Jonathan treats every response as proof of a hidden conspiracy. This is a classic tactic. Overwhelm the courtroom with irrelevant jargon until everyone loses track of the actual case. But this judge, she's not falling for it.
With threats from your end, and I have no more time for this matter. And unless you can prove jurisdiction, there's no need for this matter to move any further.
But you're gonna come back on July 1st at 9 a.m. If you don't come back on July 1st,
Are you
then
threatening me now?
I'm telling you, there's gonna be a bench warrant issued if you don't show
You're
up. So
threatening me now.
I'm giving you the choice of showing up
No,
or a
I'm
bench
giving
warrant
you the
issuing.
choice to finish this matter now or be responsible for your actions.
We'll set this for July 1st.
Would you like to be responsible for your actions and set this further? Because you can do that, or you can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
I'm not gonna do that today. So July 1st, 9 a.m., back in
Now
this
you're
courtroom.
threatening me. Abigail, what's the reason for the threats, Abigail? You violated my rights enough.
We'll just hold Speedy for this
You
week, Ms.
violated my
Roberts.
rights enough. This matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice,
We'll see you back on July 1st,
or else what? You're going to threaten me?
or else the court will issue a bench
So
warrant.
you're threatening me now, Abigail.
I am telling you your
I'm telling you
options.
this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice because you cannot prove jurisdiction. This is a
Signature here.
certificate trust action.
Signature here,
You're trying
please,
to
sir.
commit fraud.
Sir,
You're
Mr.
trying to
Schuster.
commit fraud. Miss, I'm
So-
speaking with Abigail.
You're done.
No,
you're
you
done.
can't tell me I'm done.
I
This
can.
is no, you don't have power to do that.
Your court case is over.
You don't have power to do that.
Sir, your hearing is over. If you don't take your paperwork and leave the courtroom, we'll have you remanded into custody.
You're threatening me now,
I'm
even more
Giving
so
you
than
a
you already
choice.
were. And if anybody tries
By now, you can practically feel the tension in the courtroom. Jonathan keeps declaring himself sui juris, a Latin term meaning of one's own right. It sounds impressive, but in reality, it holds no magical power in U.S. courts. It doesn't exempt anyone from law, and it certainly doesn't make the judge disappear. The moment he accuses a court of committing fraud and creating bonds, he's reciting phrases ripped straight from sovereign citizen playbooks found online. The humor here is that he's trying to sound legally superior, but every word only confirms to the judge that he has no clue what's going on.
I can hear you, but we are creating a court record, which is audio recording.
jurisdiction by doing what you said because you don't have jurisdiction over me. And so, for the record,
Mr. Schuster,
I reserve all rights.
I did put Mr. Parent as standby counsel. Right now, you don't represent yourself. You have standby
Appoint
counsel.
counsel to me
Well,
without my permission. He has no permission to be my counsel. I'm here sui juris, appropriate persona. I, Jonathan Troy Somalia Coleman Schuster, am here under fraud, menace, and duress. I've made a special appearance to this court for those reasons. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not answered that challenge, Ms. Jennifer. And so I have some questions for you.
well, right
Are you
now,
able to answer them?
I am not here to be interrogated by you. You are
Well, I
under the
just don't
jurisdiction
understand
of this.
what's going on here.
I think you understand and you choose not
I
to
do not
take in the information.
understand
Okay, well,
what's going
Mr.
on here.
Schuster,
I don't understand the nature and cause of what's going on. I don't understand how you can practice law from the bench. I don't understand how you can appoint counsel when I've told you over and over and over again that I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I'm here of my own right in my proper person. He does not have my permission to represent me in any way.
well, it doesn't sound like you know how to represent yourself either, which you would,
represent myself.
well, you would. Either you
I
have
don't.
counsel or you are acting pro
Represent
se.
myself. And so, like I have told you, I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court. You have not answered that challenge. We cannot move any further until you've answered that challenge. Is this common law jurisdiction, or is this an admiralty?
Here comes a real test of patience. The judge offers Schuster 3 clear options: keep his public defender, hire private counsel, or represent himself. Instead of choosing, he insists on his sui juris script again. This is where sovereign citizens often trap themselves, refusing to cooperate because they think the moment they acknowledge the judge's authority, they consent to jurisdiction. It's a lose-lose game they created. You can even see the judge trying to de-escalate, giving him every legal right, but he mistakes fairness for weakness. It's the kind of circular argument that could go on forever and often does.
Step up so you can hear me better. And I will
None of
speak
it's being,
louder.
none of it's being
I will
preserved.
speak louder so you can hear me, but I reserve all my rights. And I'm speaking much louder than anybody else prior to me has spoken.
Mr.
So I just
Schuster,
want to make sure that
Mr.
the reporter can hear
You
me.
are making legal arguments. All right? You are making legal arguments. They should be preserved for the record, which means it needs to be picked up and recorded.
I will
So-
begin again so that the recorder can
Not
hear me.
choosing to be silent, you're choosing to make a legal argument. So we need to have that on the record.
For the record, I reserve all rights.
You've made that.
I, Jonathan, Troy, Faisal, Leaso, Malia Toa, Colin, Schuster, have made a special appearance under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary, Jennifer. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which has not been answered. This is a Social Security Sestake trust action, which you are now a real party in interest to. This is a military admiralty jurisdiction under maritime law. However, you must realize that you have no such jurisdiction without also having a valid international contract in dispute. I am not aware of having entered in any international contracts, so I deny that any such contracts exist. Will you please instruct the prosecuting attorney to inform the court if there is such a contract? And if so, place it into evidence and explain how I'm party to it.
The drama peaks here. Jonathan argues that the court has no jurisdiction, again, while the judge calmly explains the consequences. Her tone never rises, but her words carry all the authority she needs. If you don't show up, there will be a bench warrant. That's not a threat, that's procedure. But sovereign citizens often confuse accountability with intimidation. When he replies, "Are you threatening me now?" That's the moment you realize he's not playing by logic. He's playing by emotion. This is where courtroom patience meets its breaking.
You to not be able to.
To challenge my competency because I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not proved
Not dealing in
jurisdiction.
Social Security or contract
You
or
have to prove
maritime.
jurisdiction before we can move any further.
So that's just not how it works in this court. And
No,
I don't
that's
think you
how
have
it
the
works.
legal.
You must prove jurisdiction because I have challenged the jurisdiction. If you cannot prove jurisdiction, then I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied.
And so, Miss Jennifer, can you
I'm
prove
Judge Grant, so I'm going to
Jennifer,
have you.
can you establish the jurisdiction? Can you prove jurisdiction?
Ms. McDonald, I don't know that this is him not understanding.
I do not understand the nature or cause.
Well, he doesn't have legal training. So that I think is.
That does not matter.
Well,
If I'm here sui juris and propria persona, I'm of my own right. I'm in my proper person. You've created a bond on this matter. You've attached my Social Security to this matter. You're trying to charge my trust without my permission, which is illegal. It's fraud, and I'm not going to stand for that. So you must prove jurisdiction before we can move any further. You've already tried to practice law from the bench, which is illegal. You cannot do. You've tried to assign counsel when I've given no power of attorney to anybody, and we cannot move further until you.
After the first hearing, Jonathan believes he dismissed his own case. As if saying the magic words with prejudice makes charges vanish. But of course, reality doesn't work that way. The judge didn't dismiss it. She scheduled another hearing. And guess what? He shows up again, still armed with his phone script and the same nonsense arguments. It's almost impressive, the confidence with which he repeats lines that have already failed him. What we're watching is a perfect storm of stubbornness, misunderstanding, and misplaced
I'm setting it for trial. If he's going to waive counsel altogether, then I think we need to have him sign the waiver of right to counsel.
absolutely. I'm just saying I don't know that he's going to participate in that process either.
Right. No, I understand
We have
that.
speedy trial at
It is the
August
burden
9th.
of the state to prove jurisdiction. The prosecuting attorney has not done that. And so what we have here is we need to dismiss this matter with prejudice, and I motion to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
Denied.
Based on the fact that the prosecuting attorney has not proven jurisdiction.
Mr. Schuster, would you like to sit at this table away from council so that we can hear you on the
This isn't
microphone?
counsel.
Well, you could sit at this table if you'd like. There's a pen and a form and a microphone for you if you'd like.
We cannot move until jurisdiction has been proven.
Yeah, this should be a,
You have failed to prove in jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction is something that we prove at trial. It is a factual issue as well.
We cannot move any further until jurisdiction has been proven. And none of you have done that.
Right. So Mr. Schuster, did the court say that was August, end of August, or?
it was August 9th, is speedy trial.
So
And if you plan on having me back here, you're taking away from my ability to provide.
This is where the judge completely exposes a flaw in Jonathan's logic. He demands proof of an international contract, claiming the court operates under maritime law. The prosecutor calmly explains that the only contract at play is the social contract, the basic agreement that citizens follow the law in exchange for public order. The sovereign crowd hates hearing that because it cuts straight through their fantasy. And the judge, she nails it, pointing out that Jonathan doesn't lack understanding. He just refuses to understand. It's the clearest moment of authority and reason in this entire circus.
Mr. Schuster, you've been charged with driving while your license was suspended in the 3rd degree and for operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device and refusing to comply with law enforcement officer. You are on a deferred prosecution in another court, and the consequences are extreme for you. You are subject to another court, and they could very well
get in trouble. And you have to prove jurisdiction. You haven't done that, and you failed to do
obviously
that.
You believe that courts do have jurisdiction over you.
Obviously, you have to be able to prove it, and you haven't. And you can keep pushing it and doing this, but it's just a waste of time for everybody. I definitely understand that this is not what you think it is. And this is just a waste of time at this point. So whatever you need to do to prove jurisdiction, but I know you can. So if you want to waste more of everybody's time, go ahead. Because obviously I'm not going to allow you to threaten me anymore, which you've done.
Nobody's threatening you.
Yes, you're telling me if I don't appear.
And there it is. Another textbook sovereign citizen showdown, ending exactly how it always does. With the court moving forward and the sovereign walking out even more convinced of his own victory. The irony? He's still bound by the same legal system he claims doesn't exist. Judges like this one deserve serious credit, holding their composure while balancing fairness and firm authority in the face of chaos.